Hello, it is book review time. So, what book? The Silent House by Nell Pattison. So, a few things about this book. First, the author is hard of hearing herself. She worked for 12 years in the deaf community, teaching at a school in England before she lost her hearing. So now she says that she refuses to wear her hearing aids because she has a lot of experience in the deaf community and using BSL. So, a second thing, the book is more like a thriller, a murder mystery kind of book, a whodunit kind of book. That is not typically my favorite. I prefer just trying to figure out, like, not scary mysteries. And this book, it is so good, but it really made me go, oh no, what if this happens to me? But true biz, I could not put the book down. I could not stop reading it. I had to find out what happened. And the deaf representation is absolutely champ. It is amazing. Just a note, the main character is not deaf. She is hearing. She is an interpreter, but she grew up in an all deaf family and has been using sign language her entire life. And actually, I really connected to a quote in the book that is in relation to her family and her life. It said, being deaf is a cultural identity. It's not just a word for those with hearing loss. So, some things that I really liked about the book is that in the book, being deaf is not really dealt with differently. You're not seen as strange. The cops deal with a deaf person as a normal suspect. They're not just saying that they did it because they're deaf, that kind of thing. So, it was very interesting. It was not a very big deal for them being deaf. They got interpreters. They understood they were dealing with deaf culture and the deaf community. And yes, of course, it is a big part of the book that the family is fully deaf. Yes, of course. But at the same time, the characters were not like looked down on for being deaf. It was not just a trope, and I really liked that with the book. As I said, I'm not a big thriller fan, but I immediately purchased the next two books of this series, Silent Night and Silent Suspect. They are standalones, but it's all interconnected. I wanted more from this author. I wanted more of these characters who are involved in the deaf community. And I wanted more books that focused on deaf characters, of course. One more thing. I really enjoyed how the author showed that deafness is a spectrum. So, for example, some of the characters had hearing aids, some of them had cochlear implants, some of them signed, some of them voiced. It was just cool how she showed that everyone was different, even in the deaf community. And of course, my full written review can be found on my website, www.authorktjames.com. Or you could just go, you know where, the link in my bio. So happy reading! And now I am going to go start the next book, Silent Night. It is a wintry academy murder mystery type of book. So let's go see how scared I get. I'm excited to read more. Happy reading!